It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Chargers and the Bears, and it's coming up next.
Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Chicago Bears. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Darnold on first down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Well, someone came to play today.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We heard about it all week, didn't we? Especially when we visited practice. He thought he had a good matchup in front of him, and he's taking full advantage right now.
It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. Here comes the Bears punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taken from just outside the 30. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So here come the Chargers as they get set for their first drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
It was good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come, we get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yards.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Boyle. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 16.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Kamal Martin there on the stop.
All right, Brad, I know we're in early going here, but those kind of runs are going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon.
And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A.J. Dillon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Darnold's throw taken in by Samuel.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Jeremy Chinn
in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive.
They're at the halfway point of the season, Charles. 8-0. What a great start. Clearly a Super Bowl contender, if not the outright favorite, through 2 months to win the whole thing.
Well, there aren't too many bad things you can say right now because this team is playing pretty well. They've got a couple of injuries that could plague them down the stretch. But if their intensity doesn't waver, I think the road to the Super Bowl is going to go through them in the playoffs. And if you're on their road, things could be bumpy for you.
Looking to throw on second down. Boyle. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Boyle.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And some space here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big gain that time for the Chargers.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
On 1st down, Samuel. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
To throw on 2nd down, Boyle. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. 30, 20, 10. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
And whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Well, the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. McCaffrey on the toss right. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Christian McCaffrey
hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Bears on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
Throwing on 1st down. Boyle. It's brought in by Harris. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Back to throw, Darnold. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, it's Darnold. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On first down, Darnold. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing on second and long. Darnold.
He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we have reached, there you have it, halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So here are the Chargers to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss. 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well. Try to make it 9 in a row. They'll run on first down. Samuel. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Looking deep downfield. It got his man complete. Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. 76 yards.
And the Chargers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without. That'll lead you into bigger errors.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Darnold completes it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Darnold now to throw. And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. Touchdown, Bears! Bryan Edwards, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears draw a bit closer.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. They're going to throw for the 2 with Darnold. And he's got it. So they try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Charger offense making their way back out there. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Boyle. It's caught. Smith. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Off play action. Boyle. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Off of play action, Darnold. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. A first down throw, Darnold.
The same target, same result. It's Kittle.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 45 on 2nd down, Darnold. That's into the hands of Edwards. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Meanwhile, Darnold's throw there complete to Rodgers.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
McCaffrey will score. Touchdown, Chicago. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
On first down, Samuel. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Boyle. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
On 3rd down, Boyle. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was well played, but that's also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll make it 2nd down. Here's Darnold.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Shaquill Griffin with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
They'll run on 1st down. Samuel. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Whistles now in a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
They'll run here with Dillon.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Again, it'll be Dillon. 59 yards on the ground for him so far.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So Sam Darnold in the offense. Down by 10, a little over a minute to go. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger. Darnold to throw. Pass complete to Edwards. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor. Now Darnold. This one caught by Kittle. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
And they finally get to him as he's taken down. Jeremy Chinn, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that